What's going on, guys? It's JAHRONMON back with another NBA talk, and like I predicted last episode, the league got what they wanted. Game 7. Now, before we get into Game 7 and our predictions, we gotta talk a little bit about Game 6 and the biggest storyline coming out of it, which was Steph Curry getting ejected and fouling out for the first time ever in his career. And before you start, I don't care about the whole Curry mouth guard thing because he went over, he apologized. The guy who actually got hit with the mouth guard didn't really care. He said Steph was really nice. So stop sending me these photos about Udonis Haslem getting suspended for doing the same thing. It's not the same thing because Udonis Haslem threw a mouth guard at a ref intentionally. Joey Crawford at that. He should know better. That's why he got suspended. Steph didn't mean to hit that fan. If you watch Steph play throughout the season, he throws his mouth guard at the scorer's table a lot. He slipped and missed. There was probably extra saliva because that dude was heated in the moment. So it's not the same thing. If you want to make a case for Steph getting suspended for Game 7, then you're not a real basketball fan. Because a real basketball fan would want to see each team healthy, full strength, best players on the floor no matter what. If you're a Cavs fan, then okay, I get it. Now, a lot of people have been coming to Steph's defense saying that a lot of the fouls he got called for were, well, uncalled for, and my personal unbiased opinion as just a basketball fan, I would say that 3 of those calls were bad, while 2 of those 3 were absolutely unacceptable. Especially that strip on Kyrie. That was one of the cleanest strips I've ever seen, let alone in the NBA Finals. And yeah, you could argue there was a little body contact before the strip, but that's not when the call was made. Kenny Mauer called it on the reach, implying that's where the foul took place. And even if he did call it on the body contact, they were letting those go all series long, especially in this game. So I'm just not buying that argument. Also, the ref, Kenny Mauer, who made the call, was on the opposite side at the end of the floor. He couldn't even see the reach, so I have no idea why they called that foul. Steph was wide open, he was gonna score. Well, with LeBron James doing all these chase down blocks, it's probably still at a 98% probability of Steph scoring. That's just one of the worst calls that I've seen in quite some time. Now, the other call that I thought was unacceptable was the last one. You could argue again that Steph shouldn't have been in that position with 5 fouls, but again, do you not want him to play defense or aggressively? It just doesn't make sense, because if he laid back with 5 fouls, you guys or the media would be roasting him for not being as aggressive, and he's just being kind of lax. Now, what troubles me most about this foul call is that he's a back-to-back league MVP. You're supposed to get the benefit of the doubt, especially with 5 fouls. I mean, when was the last time Kobe fouled out? Or LeBron? Or Westbrook? I have no idea why they called this foul on Steph. The only thing I could think of is on the other side of the spectrum, it was LeBron that was taking the foul, so maybe it was a superstar call for him. But even then, you gotta let these guys play. It wasn't like it was a shooting foul or anything. It was just terrible. Now, the third call that I thought was bad, but not as inexcusable as these other 2, was that blocking call Steph got that I kind of thought was a charge on LeBron. I didn't really see Steph sliding in. That's just my thoughts on the 6 fouls Curry got. 3 of them were bad, 2 of them were absolutely unacceptable. And I mean, come on, if you're a basketball fan, you want to see him finish out that game. You don't want to see Steph get ejected and not be able to finish out the game. We never know what could have been. Just ask Reggie Miller. All right, moving along to Game 7. Just let that sink in, guys. Game 7, NBA Finals. One more game, 48 more minutes, 4 quarters to figure out who is the best in the league. Very exciting stuff. As far as my prediction, it's kind of odd because history tells us that the home team is gonna win, plus the home team is no slouch, a 73-win team, and I know they haven't been looking that great lately, but still, you gotta give them that at least. And the road team hasn't won a Game 7 in the finals since like the 70s, so I'm kind of leaning towards the Warriors, but at the same time, if I had any chance to pick one player from both teams in a Game 7 situation, that player would be LeBron James. I just want to rely on his physicality, driving to the hole, transition, defense. He's got the whole package. So in that case, I'm leaning towards the Cavs, but I honestly don't know. But if you put a gun to my head, Warriors. But honestly, it's like 51-49 for me. What about you guys? Let me know who you think's gonna win Game 7 in the comment section below. I hope you root for your team hard. It's gonna be awesome. Savor this moment. It doesn't happen a lot. My name's Jaron. This has been NBA Talk. Catch you in the next one. Peace! It hasn't really been that entertaining, but hopefully this video entertains you because we're talking about the 5 best finals PEs of all time. There is no micro G in this model, but that's not a bad thing. The charged foam cushion setup Under Armour used is fantastic, especially if you're a guard who likes a low responsive ride. If you're looking for a lot of impact protection and something that feels like a pillow underneath your feet,